For more than a century, the Bermuda Triangle has been one of the most mysterious places on Earth. A region of open ocean between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, nothing but blue water and sky. And yet this small triangle has been blamed for the disappearance of ships, planes, entire crews, even whole squadrons of trained military pilots. How can a place with no mountains, no islands, no storms on the radar, swallow hundreds of people without leaving a trace? The mystery begins long before the modern world. Sailors of the 17th century called this region the Devil's Sea. Their ships entered calm water, only to vanish forever. Survivors spoke of strange lights under the surface, compasses spinning wildly, and sudden walls of fog rising like curtains from the deep. But the world truly noticed the triangle in 1945, when Flight 19, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy bombers, disappeared during a routine training mission. Experienced pilots, clear weather, full fuel tanks, and then chaos. Radio operators recorded the last messages. "We can't tell where we are. Everything looks wrong. The ocean doesn't look like it should. My compass is gone." Search planes were sent immediately. One of them vanished as well. Not a single piece of wreckage was ever found. From that moment on, the Bermuda Triangle became a global obsession. Scientists tried to explain the disappearances logically. Rogue waves, methane bubbles, electromagnetic anomalies. But not one explanation fits all cases. The triangle behaves differently for every ship, every flight, every encounter. Some vessels report that time inside the triangle moves strangely. Clocks slow down or speed up. Others describe sudden weather changes that appear out of nowhere. Clear skies flipping into violent storms in seconds. And then there are the stories pilots refuse to talk about publicly. Encounters with glowing spheres rising from the water. Radar screens showing objects traveling faster than any aircraft known to man. Shadows beneath the ocean stretching longer than entire cargo ships. The U.S. Coast Guard officially states that the Bermuda Triangle is no more dangerous than any other region of the ocean. But classified Navy reports say otherwise. Pages of incidents marked unexplained, unrecoverable, no debris. One thing is certain, whatever is happening inside the Bermuda Triangle, it follows no rules we understand. Even today, modern ships equipped with GPS, satellite navigation, and triple redundancy communication systems sometimes vanish for minutes or hours, reporting later that they lost the sky or flew through a place where radio signals died completely. And every year, new cases quietly appear in the logs, unexplained, unresolved, untouched by time. The Bermuda Triangle is not empty ocean. It is a doorway. But to where? No one can say. For decades, researchers tried to chart the Bermuda Triangle, hoping that patterns would reveal its secrets. But the deeper they looked, the more impossible the truth became. Some disappearances happened in perfect weather, with no wind and no waves. Others occurred at night, when the ocean was flat like glass, silent, endless, empty. And yet witnesses spoke of things that should not exist. A cargo ship in 1997 reported a phenomenon that still terrifies oceanographers. The crew claimed the sea opened beneath them. Not a whirlpool, not a storm, but a silent, circular void where water fell downward into darkness. Their captain described the sound as the earth breathing. When rescuers arrived, the ship was intact, but not a single crew member remained on board. Coffee cups still warm, cards on the table mid-game, a radio microphone placed gently on its side, as if someone had been about to speak, and vanished before the words came. What force can remove 20 sailors without touching the ship? Some blame methane hydrates, gas erupting from the seafloor, destabilizing vessels. But that doesn't explain the planes. It doesn't explain why GPS fails, why compasses reverse, why pilots suddenly report false horizons, the sky appearing where the ocean should be. One pilot from a private airline, whose identity remains classified, described an encounter in 2015. The clouds were wrong. They weren't moving, they were watching. He claimed his aircraft entered a tunnel of spinning white mist. Inside, the instruments went dead, all of them at once. He said he heard a sound like someone whispering through metal. When he emerged, he found himself 160 miles off course, and the flight, which should have taken an hour, lasted just 9 minutes. Fuel consumption? Impossible. Logbooks? Inconsistent. The black box recorded nothing for the missing time. NASA consulted, but their report was marked Classified Level 3, accessible only to military officials. Then there are the underwater anomalies. In 2001, deep-sea sonar revealed structures at the bottom of the triangle, shapes too symmetrical to be natural. Pyramids, perfectly geometric, standing nearly 200 meters tall. Some researchers believe they are ancient. Others say they are not ancient at all, but active. Divers reported electromagnetic distortions near the structures. Cameras shut down. Compasses snapped north-south repeatedly, unable to choose a direction. One diver's last recorded words were, "There's something inside the pyramid. It's moving." His body was never recovered. But the most chilling theory of all comes from astrophysicists, not sailors. The Bermuda Triangle might be a region of unstable spacetime, a place where gravity does not behave as expected, a place where time folds, stutters, or tears. Satellite photos show momentary black voids, holes in the cloud layer, perfectly circular, appearing for seconds, then closing. Lightning recorded inside them flashes upward, not downward. What phenomenon can bend time and reverse electricity? Some say the Earth's magnetic field fractures there. Others whisper about dimensions, thin places where our world is dangerously close to another. And if that is true, what is crossing over? Because in the last 20 years, the triangle hasn't become quieter, it has become more active. Unmanned drones vanish from radar. Navy submarines lose sonar for minutes at a time, minutes they cannot explain. Civilian boats report hearing humming beneath the water, like engines, giant engines, moving slowly in the deep. And nearly every survivor says the same phrase, "We weren't alone." But what exactly shares that ocean with us remains the question no scientist wants to answer. The Bermuda Triangle is not just a mystery, it is a warning. A reminder that our planet holds places where human rules mean nothing. And as technology grows stronger and we push further into the unknown, one truth becomes more terrifying. Maybe the triangle is not hiding from us. Maybe it is waiting. And yet, for all the strange signals, the distorted time, the moving shadows beneath the seafloor, the greatest mystery of the Bermuda Triangle is not what we have discovered, but what we are still missing. Because every disappearance, every distortion, every witness account leads to one terrifying conclusion. The triangle is not behaving randomly. It is reacting. In the early 2020s, researchers monitoring the region noticed a pattern. The triangle becomes most unstable when exposed to strong electromagnetic signals from human technology. Long-range aircraft, naval communication towers, satellite mapping pulses. Each one seems to provoke subtle reactions in the area, like ripples on a surface hiding something massive underneath. One night, a U.S. reconnaissance drone flying over the region captured a brief, impossible image. A black, circular void forming on the surface of the ocean, perfectly symmetrical, perfectly silent. It expanded outward like a living shadow, then snapped closed. The footage was immediately classified, but the drone's onboard sensors recorded something that could not be dismissed. For 3 seconds, gravity in that area dropped by nearly 4%, then returned to normal, as if nothing had happened. Around the same time, commercial sailors began reporting a low humming sound deep beneath their ships. Rhythmic, mechanical, too regular to be natural. The hum would last for minutes, then vanish. Some crews claimed the water around them vibrated like a living membrane. Others described pressure changes so sudden that their ears popped, as if descending into the ocean's depths, even though the sea above them was calm. When oceanographers attempted to triangulate the source of the hum, they made a discovery that frightened even the most skeptical scientists. The sound was coming from beneath the Earth's crust, moving slowly, intentionally, like a colossal object changing position. This directly contradicted every geological model. Nothing that large should be able to move under the seafloor. Nothing natural, at least. But the most disturbing events were the returns. Objects that vanished in the triangle and appeared again, damaged and aged far beyond their disappearance time. A fishing boat lost for 10 months resurfaced with barnacles that take decades to grow. A small plane missing for a week was found with rust deep enough for 40 years. When investigators examined the plane's cockpit, they found something the pilot could never explain. His watch had stopped at a time long after the plane vanished from radar. A time he could not have reached. A time he should not have lived to see. The implication was clear. Whatever happens inside the triangle does not follow our timeline. Some physicists theorize that the region acts like a thin membrane separating two states of reality. When it flexes, objects caught within it may slip into a parallel space where time stretches or collapses. To us, they disappear. To them, perhaps only seconds pass. But if the triangle can take, the question is, can something also come through? Local sailors have long spoken of strange lights emerging from the deep, moving against currents stronger than any submarine. Radar occasionally tracks shapes rising from below, only to vanish before reaching the surface. Sonar picks up enormous masses where no geological formations exist. It is possible, some say inevitable, that the Bermuda Triangle is not simply a doorway, but an intersection, a place where two realities touch long enough for objects, energy, or even life to transfer between them. A place where the laws of physics loosen, where the ocean becomes a border, and where something ancient, aware, or mechanical is still crawling beneath the crust, responding to us. Whatever the truth is, authorities will not reveal it, but the ocean remembers, the signals continue, and the triangle persists, silent, patient, waiting. And if you've stayed with me until this moment, then you are part of a very rare group. People who dare to look directly into the unknown. Our world is full of secrets far beyond the Bermuda Triangle, and what we've uncovered today is only the beginning. So if you want more journeys into the unexplained, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and turn on notifications, because what's coming next might be even stranger than the triangle itself.